Welcome back. Brian G, the EVOG here, and you're joining me back in my garage on a rainy Saturday. One of the things that I also like about our Fisker Ocean 1 is the fact that the vehicle tows 4,000 pounds is what it's rated for. And I've actually never tried towing with the vehicle. Obviously, we've got our Valkyrie Rivian R1T there that we typically would use for that. But I've got to make a run to go pick up some mulch. And so I figured, what better time for me to give the towing capabilities of our Fisker Ocean 1 a shot. So other than verifying that I've got the hardware once the vehicle was delivered, I've actually never done anything with this. So why don't you join me? I'm going to have to start by removing the back panel there under the license plate to reveal the tow hitch. And then I'm also going to have to insert an adapter to go from the 7-pin the vehicle comes with to the 4-pin that my trailer uses. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so let's start by removing this panel. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Now, the last thing I'll show you is just how this is connected. We've got these very simple bolts here that we just turn them halfway to secure them and halfway to remove them. So pretty straightforward, and does happen to stay in place seemingly fairly well. So I'm going to put this away. And as you can see, there's the 2-inch hitch. And here I've got the 7-pin power plug. So let me go ahead and grab the adapter. Now here's a good look at the adapter. The other one that we have is in our Model X. And so I don't have access to that one right now. But I was able to pick this one up on Amazon. And what I like about this is it's got 7-pin to both 5-pin and 4-pin. And so this one gives me some flexibility in terms of different trailer and other accessory options to use. So let me go ahead and plug it in, and then I'll grab the trailer and hit the road. All right, so there we go. That is snug and ready for my 4-pin for our trailer. All right, so the next step is to install the hitch into the hitch receiver here on the Fisker Ocean. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get it positioned properly. Okay. And the safety pin. All right, so the hitch is secure. Now we're ready for our trailer. All right, so now that we have the trailer on the hitch, I've got to get under here and get our safety chains connected. So that is in here. There's the first one. And there's the second one. Now for our electrical connection. All right, that connector is indeed a mess. So I've got to do a better job of keeping that protected and clean when I put this trailer away. But there we go. We are fully connected, safety chains crossed over, and ready to go. All right, now that we've got the trailer hooked up, let's get a wide view of it here. There we go. Should be enough to handle my mulch pickup. Let's get in and see what this experience is like. All right. Quick FYI, one of the things I've learned recently is you want to make sure your door is closed before you put your foot on the brake. There we go. Trailer connected, and down in the bottom right we see an indication that there is indeed a trailer. Now my key fob battery is low, so of course I'm going to have to put it on the NFC reader down here, and now I should be able to shift into drive. Yep, I don't see that anything's necessarily changed with that just yet, other than having the trailer icon over here on the far right. Everything else looks to be pretty normal. So let's go ahead and hit the road. Now you can see the sensors lit up there for a moment to indicate, there we go, that we're seeing the trailer. What happens if I put the rear view camera on? There you go. How about that guy? Nope, that's not picking up the trailer, just the vehicle. All right, front view. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's hit the road. Now I'm noticing that the vehicle is in fun mode. I wonder if earth mode is an option. It would seem that perhaps it is not. All right, that trailer's pretty light right now, so not really feeling anything other than just how noisy it is rattling around with nothing in it. Interestingly, the lane departure indicator is on. I'm not sure if that's because it's raining or if it has anything to do with the fact that I've got a trailer hooked up. But let me play around with the drive modes and see what we see here. So I am pressing the button, but it looks like fun mode is the only mode available while towing. So that's interesting. I was not aware that fun mode would be the only mode. I figured there would be some limitations on drive mode, but this definitely confirms, right? Because I'm pushing the button and it will not change from fun mode while that trailer is connected. So that's good to know. Now, while driving, we do have access to the rear view camera. Question is for how long. I don't think it stays on for the entirety of your drive. All right, I'm going to come to a stop here at the stop sign, and there it went away. So again, lane departure is continuing to stay on. Now, oddly, I've got one turn signal indicator that is on. I'm not sure why that is. That is odd. If I want to turn right, we can hear it, but that indicator is not blinking. So I'm wondering if that's indicating an issue with the 4-pin connector I've got to hook up my trailer to the vehicle. That's the only thing I can think of. Left turn signal works just fine. What happens if I put on my hazards? Okay, so that right, okay, there we go. It did blink for a moment there. Here we go, trailer connected. It does go into a hazard blink occasionally. Some interesting behavior we're seeing here. I no longer have my hazards on, and you can kind of see it here. Right, I've only got my left turn signal on, but for some reason that right arrow is not going anywhere. All right, I'm going to focus on driving now that I'm out of my neighborhood and onto a major road, but I will check back in with any other interesting behavior. All right, so as I said, pretty short trip here to our local hardware store, 5.4 miles in each direction. So very short trip there and back, and we've got the sonar sensors in the rear continuing to detect the trailer there. Nothing's really changed in terms of the driver display. The lane departure warning has been on the entire time, but lane departure warning still worked while I was on the road. I specifically tried to veer out of my lane, and I've got it set in my safety menu to just give me a visual warning, which is what it did. So that continued to work, even though it seems to be indicating somewhat of a fault right there in that state. That's not what that is. It's something related to towing. So if anyone's aware of what that is, feel free to drop it in the comments below. All right, so that was a fun adventure, taking our Fisker Ocean 1 on our first towing trip. That was a pretty short trip. We just went to our neighborhood hardware store to get some mulch, but it was good to see the process of installing the hitch into the receiver, installing the hitch adapter to go from the vehicle's 7-pin to our trailer's 4-pin setup. It was good to see that the vehicle immediately recognized that there was a trailer connected once I got into the vehicle. And while driving, it was definitely nice to have the rear view camera, not in the mirror, but the backup camera available to be able to see the condition of the hitch and a little bit of the load that we were carrying. So once I loaded up the mulch for the trip back, the trailer was a lot more stable. As you might imagine, it's a pretty light 4x6 trailer. So with the added weight of 20 bags of mulch, it was much more stable back there. And so the Ocean was able to drive and handle much more like itself without the light trailer, bouncing and moving around. Um, as to be expected with the torque of this EV, it almost didn't even notice that the trailer was on there with 20 bags of mulch. So just a fun little trip there. Let me know in the comments what questions you guys have about towing with the Fisker Ocean, or if there are any other tests you'd like me to go ahead and try. Thanks for joining me on this one. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, and please join me on the next one. I'll see you there.